I thought I knew which jobs made money, but without proper job costing, I was usually guessing. I discovered that many jobs I believed were profitable were barely breaking even or even losing money. Job costing only works for me when I close the feedback loop and use real data to guide future decisions. When I implemented a real job costing system, the results usually appeared within 60 to 90 days. The first major change was clarity because I stopped losing money on supposedly good jobs once I understood true costs. Instead of relying on assumptions or gut feelings, I could see exactly how much labor, materials, and overhead each job consumed. That insight changed how I bid similar work and helped me avoid projects that quietly destroyed my margins. Job costing also changed how I evaluated clients. When I tracked real costs per project, patterns became obvious and I could spot clients who requested extra work without paying, delayed approvals, or caused disputes. I stopped assuming all revenue was good revenue and began to recognize which clients damaged my profitability. With real job data, I gained the confidence to stop working with those clients and focus on projects that actually supported my business. Another major shift happened in estimating because job costing turned estimating into a data-driven process. By reviewing the actual costs of past projects, I could predict labor hours, materials, and overhead far more accurately. Over time, my bids became more precise, protecting margins and helping me win the right jobs rather than the cheapest. My team's behavior changed when job costs became visible. When technicians knew that material usage, labor hours, and callbacks were tracked per job, they paid closer attention to waste and quality. Parts were ordered more carefully, and installations were double-checked to avoid return visits. Small operational habits shifted in our business because accountability became part of the culture. Most importantly, job costing helped me determine what I should actually charge for work. Instead of setting prices based on competitor rates, I began to price work on actual costs plus a sustainable margin. Job costing replaced guesswork with maths, allowing me to build pricing that keeps the business healthy in the long term. The challenge I faced was that job costing systems often fail when I tried to implement them alone. I could buy software, make spreadsheets, and ask crews to log hours. But within weeks, the system often broke down because the workflow was not integrated. That is where I work with ClarityOps Engine to make job costing stick. We build job costing directly into the operational workflow of a business, rather than simply recommending tools. We begin with a cost structure audit that identifies true labor rates, overhead allocation, and material waste. Next, we design a job costing workflow that integrates time tracking, materials, dispatch, and invoicing so the system runs automatically. Finally, we use the real data to rebuild the estimating model, so future bids reflect actual costs instead of assumptions. Within about 12 weeks, my clients typically gain full visibility into profit per job. Job costs are tracked automatically, and profit can be measured within days of completion. Estimating becomes far more accurate. Material waste drops significantly, and overhead is properly accounted for. I help owners gain clarity about which types of work actually drive profit. I know many contractors avoid job costing because it feels like extra work, but in reality, it eliminates wasted effort and prevents costly mistakes. The time I spend reviewing job cost data often saves thousands of pounds on future projects. Over time, the insight gained from job costing becomes the foundation for scaling a business with confidence. If I want to know exactly what every job in my business is making or losing, job costing is the system that makes that possible. Once I have that visibility, I can start building a business where profit is predictable rather than a surprise at the end of the year.